How Dubai built the world's deepest pool. When it comes to breaking world records, there's one name that always comes to mind: Dubai. With over 425 Guinness World Records, Dubai leads the Middle East in pushing the limits of possibility. And it seems their rulers are on a mission to never give up that spot. One such ambition came straight from the Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, who envisioned a record-breaking underwater experience the world had never seen before. A diving pool so deep it would become a global marvel. Today, we know it as Deep Dive Dubai, the world's deepest diving pool, plunging to a jaw-dropping 60 meters, 197 feet, holding 14 million liters of water. That's as much as 6 Olympic swimming pools or enough for 90,000 people to use in a day. But building the world's deepest pool was far from easy. Welcome to a brand new video of Worldly Wonders. Imagine standing at the edge of a pool. But this is no ordinary pool. It's so deep, you can fit an entire skyscraper inside, upside down. And it hides a secret city beneath the water: cars, arcade machines, even entire rooms frozen in time, like a lost world waiting to be explored. This is Deep Dive Dubai, the world's deepest swimming pool. But here's the real question: how on earth was it built? Because creating this underwater wonder wasn't just construction, it was a battle against nature itself. The problem that almost killed the project. The original plan was to dig a 45-meter deep tunnel, but during construction news broke that Poland had opened a 45-meter deep diving pool called Deep Spot. Dubai's record was now at risk. To beat it, they needed to go deeper, 60 meters deep. Simple in theory, right? Not even close. Engineers discovered a serious problem: groundwater pressure. Digging 60 meters meant the surrounding groundwater would push the pool upward from below, the same way a sealed water bottle floats when you toss it into a lake. This upward force, called buoyancy, was strong enough to literally lift the entire pool out of the ground. At this point, the dream of building the world's deepest pool looked like it was about to sink, until a genius idea changed everything. The unique design and inspiration to reflect Dubai's cultural heritage, the Crown Prince wanted more than just depth. He wanted meaning. Before oil and tourism, Dubai was known for pearl diving. Skilled divers would plunge into the sea without gear, searching for oysters and pearls to sell. Inspired by this, Deep Dive Dubai was designed in the shape of an open seashell, visible even from a distance. But that was just the exterior. The real challenge was building the deepest pool below ground level, not above it. Why? Because number 1, Guinness requires the pool to be underground to qualify as the deepest. And number 2, Dubai's extreme heat would make an above-ground pool unbearably hot. So the decision was made: dig vertically into the earth. The construction began by digging a 147 feet, 45-meter vertical shaft, 65 feet wide, and lining it with a thick, reinforced wall known as a diaphragm wall, a special concrete barrier used in deep foundations to prevent cave-ins. But this wasn't easy. Using a custom-built excavator, engineers dug in small sections. For each section, they dropped in a steel cage and poured concrete. This took over 2 months just for the wall. Then came the actual digging, 5 meters at a time, until they hit groundwater just 8 meters down. The diaphragm wall, made in chunks, had small gaps where water leaked in and started flooding the tunnel. To manage this, high-capacity pumps were installed to constantly remove water as excavation continued for 2 years. Over 45,000 tons of material, soil, sand, and concrete, was removed during this process. Once excavation was done, they had to make the entire structure waterproof before turning off the pumps. That alone took several more months. In total, just building the shaft and managing groundwater took over 3 years. But they didn't know another challenge was waiting for them. Just as construction was nearly complete, engineers got shocking news. Poland's Deep Spot had launched, reaching the same 45-meter depth. Everything Dubai had done so far was no longer enough to set a world record. The Crown Prince faced a choice: stop here, or risk everything to go deeper. And his answer was clear: go deeper. But going beyond 45 meters meant rethinking everything. The buoyancy force would now increase significantly, threatening to lift the entire structure out of the ground. The engineering team needed a miracle at that team. That miracle was called under-reaming. At the bottom of the shaft, engineers carved out an anchor-shaped base, widening the structure like the roots of a tree. This base acted like an anchor, locking the pool into the earth, preventing buoyancy from tearing it out. And to reduce upward pressure, the bottom 15 meters were built narrower. It was a stroke of genius. And suddenly, the dream of a 60-meter deep pool became reality. Even with construction done, there was one more problem: filling the pool with 14 million liters of water. Dubai's water supply could only provide limited volume each day. At that rate, it would take 3 months to fill. So, over 100 water tankers were brought in alongside the Water Authority's supply. Even then, it took a full month to fill the pool. But they weren't filling an empty pit. First, they built an entire sunken city theme inside, filled with props, buildings, even furniture. After filling, some objects started floating or rusting. Engineers had to modify these items, drilling holes and adding weight so they'd stay in place. And that's how a dream became a reality. After final touches and testing, Deep Dive Dubai opened to VIP guests in 2021, and then to the general public in 2022. The total cost of the project? Still a closely guarded secret by the Dubai government, because in their words, this is a priceless creation. What do you think about the engineering marvel behind Deep Dive Dubai? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing videos from Worldly Wonders. We'll see you in the next one.